You may want to park long ways instead of perpendicular.
It is.
You may want to park parallel with the dock. Anchor points are very finicky in this area.
Did you hear that? He said that probably park early over there. Oh, because it's not that shallow.
I should have gone the other way. I'm gonna go the other way a little bit.
Nom nom. Nom 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 nom. Don't worry, it tasted disgusting. The golden arches, it tasted disgusting. Oh.
They should be able to get an anchor point by now.
I should put my fancy coat on.
Fancy coat.
My fancy coat.
You are a fucking admiral.
That's right, Admiral Jenkins. Fucking pirates beware.
Grand Poobah Jenkins.
Paint it cyan and clear of load.
Wait, can make it even better. There we go.
Where did the doctor go? You asleep?
Oh, I moved them off the ship. I'm around.
Is this acceptable?
Yes. Welcome to 5 Torches. Anchors are optional here.
Huh?
Is that you, Mr. Boggert?
Yes, it is.
Hi.
Hi. Well, yeah. Well,
It's
welcome.
Trina. It's
Yes.
okay.
Yes, it's Trina from the. I was trying to remember the Derby, DuPont Derby.
Yeah. Yep, that's me.
Welcome.
You know they're having another horsey races tonight.
Oh, where's this one at? The same place?
The same place, same time, 6 o'clock, Eastern Stars.
Oh, you going to be in it?
Yep.
Oh, good. Oh,
It'll be a lot of fun.
Need to tell Mr. Owen so he can bet on your horse because you're going to be the winning horse.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of really fast horses lately, and I've been telling lots and lots of folks about it so that more horsies can go. Miss B is hosting it this time. It's not the DuPont brothers that are hosting it this time, so it's going to be crazy.
I'm not sure who Miss B is.
She's the one who does the alchemy and the tarot and stuff
Miss
like that.
Beatrice. Oh, the lovely lady. Oh, she's so nice.
Yep, So instead of the DuPont Derby, it's gonna be the Derby. Get it?
Maybe that's over there, Bruce.
Wait, what?
She's
It's
gonna give
Same grid.
medical concoctions to folks to make them super dizzy for the race.
Horse racing.
So,
Oh, so there's going to be intoxicated horses.
Yep.
Should be interesting.
Yep.
So are you all here for the special event?
Yes.
Right.
Perfect. I'm not sure how many people are going to attend.
We've sent out a lot of invitations, but you know, some things can happen. We might not be able to attend.
Hello.
We are a little early though. We just have time for about another half an hour. We
Yes,
have
that's true.
Some food I need you to tuck away.
Oh, okay. Do you have it with you? I can put it in the...
There's probably a lot of it.
Hope you can carry a lot.
I guess you can carry that, the whole garden in one pocket.
Yay! He's
perfect.
good.
I'm good. If you'll excuse me, I'll go put these away, and you're welcome to go into the town of Five Torches. There's markets there. These are our town citizens. Tansy here, she operates an art gallery.
Hi.
Oh,
Howdy.
interesting.
I look forward to seeing that.
Edgar, he's a tamer and a future breeder, probably. He has a couple of bears for sale.
Ooh. Tamer of what things? Besides bears.
Maybe tigers in the future.
I'm a tamer too. I only tame the horsies and the owls and the crows though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm more into the bears and maybe in the future tigers.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Elias was on the horse earlier, but I'm not sure where he went. So he's here as well. He's probably be over at the museum. He's Employee of the Month this month.
Oh, how exciting!
Yes, he saved Boggert's life.
Oh, is she okay?
Yes, he was good to put a little awning over her seat on the ship, and one of the ships of the damned attacked, and the awning was the first to get hit, and she was protected.
Oh, good.
Yes. So do make yourself at home, and if you need anything, we'll start the tour when you're ready.
Okay.
One question.
Hi, Miss Bogger.
Oh,
Oh,
hello.
hey, ma'am.
Hi, nice to see you again.
You too.
You as
Hi,
well.
hi. I'm glad to see you're okay.
Oh, yeah, just fine.
Good. You don't have a wrapping paper. I kind of forgot one.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Yes, we can grab you some wrapping paper as well. I'll grab that while I'm in the museum, and I'll bring it to you.
Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. I hope you had a good trip here today.
Oh, wow. What's going on? Oh.
New Frontier.
Oh, hello.
My name's Jack.
Do what?
Summer. My name is Jax from Summer Snacks.
Oh, welcome to Five Torches. Are you here with the birthday party?
Correct.
Ah, perfect. I think they're looking at the art gallery just straight ahead on the other side of the tree there.
Ah, okay.
Make yourself at home.
The other day.
Ooh. What horse event?
It was a horse race.
Oh, the Pegoranos have a horse race today.
Oh yeah, that was them. That was the event we went to. It was
The DuPont Derby.
Oh yeah, that one.
the type of derby.
Yeah, they have another one today.
Ooh, these are examples of Tansy's custom portraits up above here.
I like this scenery one. I like the sunset picture. It's pretty.
Oh yeah, that's
I-
really. These are all prints, but upstairs she has originals. You have to see.
Monkey!
Ma'am, is this your artwork?
Mm-hmm.
It's very pretty.
Wow, yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah, the only thing that isn't mine are the portraits, the NFTs down here. So.
The ones that the doc is kind of disturbed by.
Mm-hmm.
Ship out there.
Sir, I got your wrapping paper.
Doc, he's got your wrapping paper.
Oh, thank you so much.
There's
Especially one
you
up here,
may
it's
have to
gonna
loosen up the
wall.
saran wrap to get to all of the papers.
Ooh, there's a lot of pictures.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of
There's a
everything.
chicken hatching from a moon.
Do you know why chicken? Ooh! Do you know why chickens are so awesome?
No, why?
Because
Nice.
Oh no, I think I heard somebody. I thought he was still asleep.
The moon has a crack all the way around the top and all the way around the bottom. And we think something's in there. It's going to hatch eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
think that
Yesterday,
would
I
be
felt
awesome.
talk about like had seen giant chickens. So.
I don't know if it's going to be awesome or not. Someone at the DuPont Derby mentioned about a serpent lord was going to come
Oh,
from
dear.
the moon.
I'm
Yeah,
out of
nope.
the moon. So
I'd rather
cool.
not that happen.
But then they told us it was a lie. So
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
I like this one. It's pretty.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I'm not a particular fan of the scooter though. Nope, no scooter. Nope.
Sorry.
this one is a storm at the sea, and all the seagulls were caught up in the storm and circling around. They were
That's
along
insane.
the ocean that day. We don't know why.
I like
Dude,
the monkey
One that you stood
portrait.
by.
I'm sorry. What was that?
So I do like that one that you stood by. Where's that one?
The one behind me, or
Yes.
No,
No,
the
not
scenery
spy.
one.
Scenery.
oh, this one here? Yeah.
Mm.
I thought it might be a commission for someone, but they never did come back, so I guess it's not.
Yeah.
I really like this monkey one. The blue monkey! Blue monkey!
Oh yeah, that one actually is a commission also. But that fella also hasn't come back yet. Same with the spice of prawn.
My mom was telling me
Wow,
about the
this
blue
picture is
monkey.
really good. Really good.
what
Makes
about the
me
monkey?
see so many pictures in one. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Great picture.
looks like a deer, but also all the small dots look like small birds. But
Mm-hmm.
also it looks like was like a bird, the white thing behind a tree.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
So really good. Well, you got talent.
I like this one.
Do you do like self-portrait, like portraits like me sitting in a chair type, like a nice official painting?
Oh, sure.
How much you charge for that?
It's a host and hostess peasants.
Why are you all old?
Not old,
I only have
aged gracefully.
one painting that a friend of mine.
Wait, where would he go?
Uh-huh.
What the? Something fishy going on around here.
No, Mr. Owens just, his shop is just right behind you. So nothing fishy. He's the local fisherman.
Oh, maybe that's. Where you going, Granddad? What the?
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Trina would love this boat.
We've been trying to find the owner of it. We think the Clockworks have come to show up as an army to antagonize Elias, who hasn't renewed his ship warranty yet.
Elias is just behind me. You have to be careful.
Yes, he doesn't like the Clockworks, and so that we put lights on them so they don't move.
Oh, where's Miss Trina?
She's gonna run a mile.
She was
Yeah,
in
I
the
wanna
art
show-
gallery. It's just center of town there.
We need to show her. She loves these things.
There's another ship coming.
Okay, I'll try to get them organized on
Trina!
docking.
There's 2 more coming.
Just put a spotlight on the one in the bell tower.
True. It freaked the governor out.
Hopefully they didn't dock there just.
Like, you know, make her happy.
Now we have to go and say you're sorry.
Hell no. Did you like them, Miss Trina? You love them. You said, oh, wait, you look young. Whereas your mum and everybody else looks like...
Look,
Brandon.
it's Brutus's favorite thing. A bottle stuck in the ground.
Ew! What?
Actually, we're getting sued by the person that put the bottles there.
Oh,
Yes,
Must be buried treasure.
we want to do a reverse lawsuit against them for harassment of our ears, and maybe
no, there's a way to... go on.
and maybe take it to manslaughter because don't you get a treasure map out of it? And when you go to the treasure,
Right.
if you go to the treasure, someone attacks you, and so isn't that manslaughter?
Again. Do you want to learn a tip how to get rid of those bottles?
Why would you take me to see
Spam
mannequins
foundations
today of
all
all
over the place
days?
where you think they are. Next time they go poof.
Ooh, Howard, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
So we
did-
did that. They're alright for about 5 minutes and then they start really drumming on you.
It's been days. It's been almost a week now.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Well, that's an oddity in itself.
It is. It's horrendous. And poor Tansy's work studio is right between 2 of them. We're standing between 2 of them now. It's the worst spot in the town.
Right, means I have a quest for you.
Oh, this Miss Summer's favourite noise. She loves it.
With the bottles?
Yeah.
I don't mind the bottles at all. Brute is crazy though. He built our towers with bottles all around him.
Oh, George is
Yeah.
crazy.
It was hilarious, but it's so annoying at the same time.
Oh, it's terrible.
He was grumbling.
We can move over.
This cat making the noises and cat going. So like I was in some mythical wonderland.
We had 2 more
Yeah,
ships.
it's like a wind chime.
Hey, Mr. Brute.
Good day.
Hello there.
Welcome to Five Torches. Anchors are optional if you find one.
Oh, we'll try.
Yeah, I think you might be able to get one here. If not, over on the other side of Mr. Owen's ship, there's the one to my right here.
Oh, let me tell the captain.
Hello.
Herman, if you cannot find an anchor here, you can do it on the other side of that ship. There's an anchor place, but not sure if you can anchor.
Yeah, definitely anchorage here.
The other side of that ship is anchorage.
Ooh, I recognize those voices.
Oh, wonderful.
If that big ship couldn't anchor, I know the little ship won't be able to.
You'd be surprised. It's a weird place here. There's some
But
really...
then you picked a perfect place for an oddities museum then.
It's an oddity. The harbor is its own oddity.
Uh-oh, did somebody unanchor Mr.
Apparently. Oh, it's moving.
Mr. Owen.
Careful, Mr. Owen. Maybe Mr. Owen's going to move it to the edge of town.
But they were using it as a guiding point.
Another ship coming in.
There's at least 2 or 3 ships out there now. I saw one go around the animal area.
Oh, another one's coming in.
There's one that's not anchored yet on your left right here. There's one
Okay.
right here at me that's coming in. And then there's Mr. Owen, I believe.
There's another ship. Do you have a flare or something? Maybe we can get their attention to park over here. I think there's better anchors over here now that Mr. Owens is gone.
Oh, it's shallow here. Careful.
Don't know. Hello?
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 Can you maybe swing this way toward me?
Yeah, okay. Can we back up towards where the fella is on the dock and maybe use that gap?
Yeah, not good anchor points here.
Okay, the anchor points are not very good here, Frederick, so we have to swing in and see if we can use this gap next to this little sloopy-doo. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the guidance.
You're welcome.
We've not been here before.
anchor right here where I'm standing. I'm sorry. I know it's aggravating.
Still no anchor point. Oh, this is so disheartening. Oh, perfect.
Oh, well done. Good job.
Oh, thank you.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to Five Torches. Anchors are optional here.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, thank you very much. My name is Skinny Pete. People call me that. I don't know exactly why, but I am the governor of Port Innocence, of the F4s and the surrounding waters. And this here is my good friend and compatriot, Mr. Frederick Smith, a fine cook and gourmand.
Well, welcome to the town of Five Torches, and people are assembling in the town at the moment. There's an art gallery here. You're welcome to look at the art while we try to anchor all the ships that's coming in. Looks like a big crowd today.
Oh, wonderful. Art
mate,
gallery, beautiful. Music to my heart. I am an amateur artist myself. We're here because we were invited to attend a birthday celebration from a friend of ours and a couple of their friends, respectively. So hopefully we're not too far off the right spot.
yes, I think that everybody that's coming is for the birthday party, so make yourself at home, and we'll be with you shortly.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for receiving us.
Tansy is our art gallery person, and she can show you the gallery if you like.
Oh, wonderful.
Sorry, it's so hard to find an
I can
anchor
take you
here.
over there now.
It's a really bad.
Thank you. That's kind of you. Come on.
If you catch one here, you may have to go in front of the two ships that are here and broadside the dock up there. So sorry.
Oh, and still having troubles trying to find an anchor point.
We really need to find the person who designed these docks and have them redo it more that way, so it gets more shallower.
I don't know that it works that way, but we can try, I guess.
Me neither.
I think I tried it with the baleen, and even if I was in the shallow, it wouldn't drop the anchor.
Island be haunted.
I think it is. But yeah, we backed the baleen all the way up, even on a shallow, and it wouldn't drop the anchor. I'm not sure why.
You backed it all the way up over there.
We backed it up to about right here, and couldn't get an anchor point. You would think you could drop it right here, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Let me check on, see if any other ships are coming in.
Okay.
like it.
Oh, nice to see you again. Are you still sailing that ship that I painted up for you with the pink sails?
Is this this?
Pink?
Is it? Yeah.
No, the paint washed off the next day. I need my money back.
Sorry, sir. No refunds.
Then you need to paint back on again.
Django.
Well, I can do that for a reasonable fee.
Sounds like a typical leprechaun. Take your money and run.
Yeah, you know, I'm with Jack. Goddamn leprechaun. No warranty whatsoever.
Excuse me, I'll not have a 1/4 of my family insulted in such a way, sir.
Well, you did a good job. It's just the rain washed them off the next day.
Oh, look, it's Dr. Victor. It's good to see you again. How are you doing?
It's nice to see you as well. Mr. Mayor, how is it going at your town now?
Well, firstly, I've been promoted to governor. My salary's been doubled.
Nice.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my salary is 0 coin and a fresh croissant and a coffee every morning.
Oh,
but I do get plenty of coffee.
Finally.
Finally!
Welcome
Permission
to.
to come to the board of the ship?
Please.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome
Apologies for
to.
taking so long.
Welcome to Five Torches. Anchors are optional here.
You should be able to get a brig in alongside us now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
made
very tricky getting anchors around here for some reason.
I was so very sorry. We're glad you made it.
I assume you're with the birthday party. The group is assembling in the center of town, looking at the art gallery. And when everybody's ready, we'll walk over to the museum, which is right behind you.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, interesting. Well,
Fabulous.
eat away.
And so this way.
Oh, well.
Never.
Did you?
My companion seems to be a little bit averse to jogging.
That's fine.
I will await them here if you wish to join.
Okay. The party group is over there in the center, so that's where everybody's at.
Of course.
Django here.
Well, I actually got Django black hair with silver highlights to match his new ship.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh wow.
I didn't
Okay.
notice. You just ruined my surprise.
I have a white crow with pink feathers for Mr. Bit.
Oh. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. There could be some coin coming your way.
How can you be a governor in the town hall? No one see you.
What? What? We had a town hall this morning.
You'd have all these tall people around.
Yeah, but that's
We
why
were
they all
sitting-
have to sit down while I stand up and talk to them, talk at them for 3 hours.
Oh.
Oh! Starting right
Well,
off.
look at this gathering of people. So I understand that there are 3 people having a birthday today.
Right?
Miss Trina, of
whiskey.
course. A Miss Summer.
For me is Uncle Bruce.
Ooh, booze. This
Hey, did
is
you
just
want
getting
one?
better and better.
Sorry, you drink. I'm not.
Ooh, nummies.
Thank you very much.
Hi, 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 hi. It's a bunny!
Here, I'll take the crow, you
Oh,
take the
I needed
bunny.
2.
Oh,
Uh-oh, crow on a run.
Uh-oh.
oh, she got it.
It's a bunny and it's got a green hat! It's got a green hat!
There you go, Miss Trina.
Oh, look
Yeah, I hope he's not brought his bath water with him either.
Oh. It's adorable.
very well coordinated. Another ship.
Okay, I'll see if I can get him anchored.
Bunny! Thank you,
Oh.
Mr. Gilly!
Oh, are they? That's something I was meaning to do.
You can do vodka, whiskey, whiskey, vodka. It's 4 shots all together. Nope, you don't.
But you want to honor his crack? That's nasty.
Honor his
cracking.
I mean, poor fella, he's had the shirt and bra ripped off his back today by some terrible pirate, so I'll let you have that one, sir.
No, that's Mr. Rumple.
Hmm.
Depends on the way you look at it.
Nice. Well, I'd rather not. I think the view this way is much more... look at this fine, strapping young fellow.
Oh, that's Lord Jenkins.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Lord, are you?
Yeah,
What
that's
kind
Lord
of Lord?
Lord Mayor Brutus Jenkins there at your service.
Or as I used to call him, Ma!
If we get our own island, it will soon be Mr. Lord Mayor Governor Jenkins.
Lord.
Oh, wow.
See?
Well, I mean, what could possibly go wrong with a tall gentleman, heavily armoured, wearing dark clothing, calling himself a lord? How could that can't possibly go wrong, can it?
No.
Not, especially not a couple of days after May the 4th.
Need to get me one of those powdered wigs and wear. So I have
We've
one.
had
I don't
May
know
the
what to do
6th
with
as
it.
well. Got May the 4th. May the 4th
Yeah.
been with you, and May the 6th. That's the 6th. See?
Yeah.
And isn't this the new one, Revenge of the Seventh?
Yeah, I mean, a black plate helmet might suit that outfit quite well.
Yep.
You're trying to say he's ugly?
No. I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
waiting for him to say such a deep breath and say, Victor, you are my father. Well,
He does kind of the same height as my dad, so could he have a little bit of resemblance looking.
Hi, Miss Trina.
yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank
you. I got a bunny.
It's in the past, so maybe.
Well, my allowance.
Well, the one great thing about Mr. Jenkins is he does have the voice of a lord. When he speaks, people listen.
Sorry, Gilly, did you say
Has an
something?
awesome voice.
He just needs to develop asthma so that he wheezes a lot.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure
Now
how
I see where
wheezy
you
that's
was
going to be
going
for him
with
to
the
pick up.
helmet.
Anyone else notice that we have a very nice circle going?
Oh, yeah.
Indeed we do.
We're expecting to play Punventry any moment now.
Ooh, I love that
Don't
game
forget.
so much.
No.
I've introduced Punventry to many folks on these high waters.
Me
and
too!
Everybody's enjoyed it a lot.
What is that game? I haven't heard of it.
Please
You don't know Punventory? Oh,
do
it's
not,
an
no.
practiced
I have
tradition.
failed!
I got one. I got...
Yeah, there you go. Someone demonstrate Punventory.
Oh, please.
You're gonna get whisked away.
Ooh.
It's whiskey. You're gonna get whisked.
Well, he took a whisk and it didn't pay off. So that is the ancient traditional art of Punventory, adored by most, feared by some, and you basically
I love it,
utilize
honestly.
your inventory to make a pun.
I'm gonna let that slide. That's perfect.
That's a good one.
Oh,
I
Mr.
could say that he
Rumple.
was roasted.
If it's food, Mr. Rumple might take it.
You will need carting off somewhere. Looney house. Hey!
I don't think they see us over here.
We're too small. try to get them to broadside the harbor. Trying to find anchors for everyone. I may have to broadside the harbor here to find an anchor, but they're very difficult here.
Alright. Thank you for the info.
Well,
Come in sight to my starboard, you should get anchorage right next to me.
I'm loving what I'm seeing already.
Let's just keep rolling in. It's going to be a big crowd.
I saw the last one. Wonder how many more.
Yeah.
Where did that bear lady go earlier?
Not sure. She lives on the island. I think she was going to come back and talk to Edgar. Was you able to find Edgar?
I did, and he's kind of been hanging around town, but I didn't know what happened to the lady.
Yeah, I didn't know that she didn't hang around either. I think she said that it wasn't urgent, but she would come back, I guess.
That wasn't the same lady you were talking to earlier, was it?
Yes, the one that she kind of swiped the bee off my nose.
Yes.
Yes, that's the same one, yes.
Okay. I'll tell Edgar next time I see him.
Okay.
did we have everything we needed, Boggert?
I think so, except anchor points.
Oh, there's no more. We gave them all away now.
The island's haunted.
It's haunted. It's really bad. Someone said, well, it's suitable that it's at the Oddities Museum, since it's such an odd harbor.
It is really a horrible harbor.
Alright, we can tell everyone we're ready if we're ready, but I don't know if they're ready.
Yes.
We want anyone.
Do you have your flute on you? Maybe you can grab everybody's attention.
No, I don't. I'll have to go get it.
Yes. Bingo.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Boggert, do you drink? Do you want something?
No, I'm getting ready to start a tour, and I like to have my eyes clean.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Hopefully they don't all get drunk and fall in. Well.
Yes, I don't want accidents.
Stanley, sorry. I was running.
Like me?
Oh, Seth, do you drink? I guess.
Generally, sir, I just try to enjoy myself and accept the advice of the lovely lady in charge of our island, or our company, Miss Summer. Lovely lady, especially when she beats up that Mr. Spit over there. You know, it was guy, just over there.
Hmm.
Yes,
Talking about you, Jane.
He's
That one.
I see.
Miss Summer never beats me.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would never do such a thing.
Nope.
But apart from that, at the moment I'm learning on to breed cows, bulls, and maybe horses, and possibly I'm thinking about maybe penguins.
Oh, okay. They can go for a pretty penny. Quite sought after.
Well, that was my thought on it. Everybody needs a penguin somewhere along the line.
I guess so. Yeah.
Would it?
A
You
milk and
reckon,
milk or
Herman?
penguin is always good in the company.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep that in mind if we ever need to pick up a penguin.
Penguins do make good target practice.
Yeah, they make a great meal.
Okay. Does anybody else sense a storm brewing? Oh, no, it's me. It's the Storm brothers and sisters have just turned up.
Hello, Mr. Pete. Thank you for noticing, Governor.
Well,
Ben.
Oh, you can step in the line and introduce
Hello,
yourself.
Mr. Django.
Come on, fellas. Get in the circle.
Bill and Ben?
Come on.
That is... Oh, sorry, I thought it was Finn. It's
Scoot
Bill and
over,
Ben.
scoot over.
Ooh, nummy stuff.
Oh,
Hi.
Ooh.
I like your birdie.
Circle gets any bigger, I'm gonna have to shout.
Huh? Danny?
What do you mean? You're not shouting already?
No.
Like your birdie.
Hello there.
Hello.
Miss Trina,
Thank
hello.
you so much,
Happy
sir.
birthday.
Oh,
Wow.
thank you.
And why haven't you been back to our island?
I've been kind of scatterbrained. I haven't made it many places.
So nothing to do with the spiders then?
Blech. I don't like spooters.
oh dear. Why wouldn't somebody who doesn't like spooters go to Spider Bat Death Island?
Trina said she prefers the spider now. She just don't like the mannequin.
Over mannequins, I will take spiders over mannequins. Yes.
Okay, well, you definitely don't want to go to Spider Death Bat Island then.
I will
It's fine.
I will take the spiders over mannequins any day of the week. I really do not like mannequins.
It's fine,
Right.
just don't look up like you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Since I happen to be standing next to you, You are the
All right.
Trina that.
So
received the
what should
bunny?
we do? Are we going to continue the circle, or do we want to move in? There was an art museum was spoken about. Maybe we get the guided tour as a group.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Something for you,
the
Miss Trina.
introductions went well. They made it
you.
through 3 people before we all got distracted.
Well, exactly. I'm just conscious of the fact that we're going to end up doing that thing where everybody stands on the dock for 4 hours, and I thought that these lovely people might want to host us in and show us around their town, and they're already liquoring
May
us up, as
actually
it
read
were.
that later.
Standing around.
Okay.
Is there a
Yes.
place for gifts for the birthday
Ooh.
honored?
Good question.
Wait, we had to bring gifts?
No.
Where?
No,
Hopefully.
you don't have to.
We
Wait,
brought
you didn't
gifts.
bring any
I brought
gifts?
gifts.
Jeez.
I am Miss Summer's gift.
Yeah, what about Miss
Gift
Trina?
that just
Oh.
keeps giving.
That's a horrible.
Can we get a sample?
Wow, he literally had nothing to say to that.
Rendered speechless.
Well done,
Oh
Miss
my
Trina.
god, that's a present in and of itself. The ability to make him speechless. That's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, Miss Trina, wow.
Ironically, Mr. Spit's mouth ran dry.
I think you should rent those services out, Miss Teeny, because there might be people looking for that.
Okay,
So, did
If
somebody
there's not
mention an art gallery?
art gallery is really pretty and it's right here.
Sorry.
Yes, the art gallery right here.
Yeah, let's begin.
Oh, let's see how
That's
good of
from
a
my
painter
ordinary
she is,
line.
Mr. McCracken.
Oh, pardon.
Maybe you can learn something.
Yeah.
Always happy to
Maybe
learn.
you can learn how to paint cells without the water washing them all.
Oh, good idea.
The ones on that wall are not mine. Those are
Oh,
just being warehouse for someone else.
Sounds like a shipwriter problem to me, doesn't it?
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice.
Rest of them down here are portrait. They're just for display for what I can do, or the other are some print.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there's examples of the custom portraits up high on the wall here. And then upstairs, there's Tansy's original paintings. Don't forget details.
I'm pretty sure I saw this art style here in the Naval Freeport, I believe. Yeah, the trade stalls. There's a picture of a cow, perhaps. I think. I'm not sure.
Mr. Owen. Do you know a lot of these people?
Very few of them, honestly.
Okay, we'll try to make an introduction so we can boost your fishery business.
Oh, it's really not necessary. I already quite expanded already. Oh, hello again. Yes, I sell seafood. You know.
Mom is always looking for people who
I love that monkey.
can supply tentacles and stuff.
Unfortunately,
just gonna ask, you
don't have
have
some
enough
tentacles at the moment.
That spider is exquisite.
I can get the crustacean or the prawns, but I haven't really found tentacles.
They're from killing the giant squiddies.
Yeah, so that's what I
Where did
figured.
Mr. O'Connor go?
They're quite hard to
Sailed
do
off
with
and went
just
to the
diving
boat.
platform.
Oh, thank you. I know I'm good looking. I appreciate it.
But I may try.
We also have Stanley in town that's doing the cattle and pigs. So if you ever need some fresh cuts of meat, he can provide those as well.
Oh. Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh my god. I'm so glad I wasn't next to
Your
her.
group a cook?
Sorry, I had to fix the bunny's magic closet.
Oh god, so everybody's talking.
That's the one in green. With the big green plant.
Oh. Oh, okay. So, did you by any chance get the book for Frosty Streets?
Oh.
Yes, indeed.
And I,
Where?
I think I'm the only one on the ocean that does not have it.
Actually, the only one I don't have a spare of as well.
Yeah.
No.
Are you sure?
I've seen that.
Yeah.
It's all right, Miss Tinny. I'll keep an eye out, and I visit Miss Summer quite often, so if she finds a copy,
I think I
can
saw
get
that
it
book
off.
last night, but it was expensive.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, it's a 5 gold book.
So I think it was 10 gold at New Frontier trading.
10
Well,
gold,
it's
oh my
still on the
lord.
merchant market for 5 gold.
Yeah. Yeah, there were so many sales stores at that New Frontier place last night. I went to every one of them, and I'm sure that
10
book.
gold.
Someone got a headache?
A little bit, yeah. It's the heat getting to me a bit.
It might be that fun that you keep getting. You know.
I'm drinking.
And we're back in the circle.
Governor Higgins, as you can see, her ship is right over here.
Right, it's kind of more egg-shaped now.
So what other books do you have you have double, ma'am?
Herding Mules 1 and 2.
Oh.
Exotic
Oh.
Mains. Pastries, cookies, suds, a few others.
Wait, who's the
Oh, you
tall
have
lady?
exotic
Who's
mains
that
as
tall
well?
lady with Ben?
What?
Yes, indeed.
That tall lady with Ben.
If I would to buy it from you, how much would I pay for that?
That's my brother's wife.
Most of the 5 gold books I'm attempting to sell for 10,
wife.
but obviously if it's
Does she eat him at night times?
I know, or a good guess. I feel like 7 people.
That's a lot.
Oh. Hmm. And you also had the hearty mains, right? You say?
Yes, indeed.
When you sold the one
It's
you
also
got,
for
apparently.
10 gold.
Again, Miss Boggert.
Well, like I said, 7 or
Higgins
8.
up at the.
Oh, hear that, Mr. Gilly?
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's because he's a bully.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, Miss
Are
Summer's
we
where I
going
got all
somewhere?
the knowledge from.
Oh, yes. Are we going somewhere or?
I have no idea.
Whenever our hosts are ready to start.
Okay,
Oh,
let
yes.
me grab Bagatha and see if she can ring us in.
I mean,
Miss Boggett,
There you go.
You're my not. I'll get the.
That's
Yeah.
What?
I knew Mr. Skinny Pete would have some.
Wow.
Wonderful. Oh, it looks amazing. Look at that.
Thank you. I got brand new bunny ears from the nice gentleman downstairs. Yep.
Wonderful.
Oh,
Very
wonderful.
nice.
The party director said that they're ready.
Ready? All right, everyone's here. Let's go.
Party's ready. Woo, woo.
All right. Oh, wonderful. Oh, excuse me. Where are my manners?
I don't know.
After you.
Oh, you can go ahead.
Everybody here?
Air drinks.
Yeah, Trina. Go.
I hope you.
All right, I think we're getting ready. It's almost time.
Thank you.
What in the
Crikey.
good God was that?
Is that you,
small
Sven?
flute. I found a small flute in the ocean. It's a little bit waterlogged and damaged, but it still plays somewhat of a tune.
Oh.
It's amazing.
Hey, what was that?
Impressive. Wow. I thought that was Victor's leg needed
Nice.
tightening
That
up.
sounds like Governor Pete when he talks.
It's a little bit broken, but it still functions fine. I think it's nearing time if everyone would like to gather near the museum. We'll gather for 2 hours.
Oh, yes.
And
Oh,
welcome
yes.
to BoggOdd Oddities Museum, where the strange, the unusual, and the odd come together.
Oh, you should put Crumple in
Alright, if you'll follow us, we'll take you towards the museum.
You got a bite in your butt.
How dare you?
Get away from that bottle. Oh. Still ringing. Still ringing in my ears. What do you mean, 3 people? It's 3 birthdays.
Come on, Bruce, it's time to go to the museum.
Making on it.
3 birthdays.
Did
3
somebody fall?
parties. And almost 37 people on this grid.
I'm really looking forward to this. I've heard lots of things far and wide about this place, and we've always wanted to visit. We've not had a chance yet, so I'm really looking forward to it.
It's okay.
And now we get to do it with all these goodly people and celebrating all these wonderful people's birthdays and things. That's the best party ever.
Wow, what a strange looking building.
I think it's awesome. It looks like a giant turtle or a dragon dinosaur thing.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, it reminds me of a crocodile.
Chomp, 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 chomp.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome.
Oh, look at the sign says happy birthdays.
But it's not my birthday.
We can
Means it's not for you.
I mean, I could boop you into the ocean.
We can always celebrate your unbirthday.
I mean, it was my birthday.
Oh,
Miss
you
Summer
missed.
didn't join me in the celebration.
Well,
Good try, Mr. Buck.
I had a good effort, didn't I? And if nothing else, Jets to spit here got wood.
Wait, did you just hit me?
Wow.
I'm gonna call the Navy. That's assault, sir.
Nice shooting.
Don't worry, Mr. Governor. We'll all stand behind you.
Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of people do stand behind him to show him he's very small.
17 oddities inside. See them before it's too late. No children allowed unless they enjoy horrors, and then they're welcome. Anybody don't like horrors?
Then.
What the hell is this?
How old are you, Mr. McCracken?
Try this wilk.
Leave your notions. Hear the warnings. Try the swilk. Oh, I've heard about this swilk.
Swilk.
I have not. What is swilk?
Oh, we'll find out. It's on the tour. You can
Yep, no spoilers.
No spoilers.
Yeah. Swilk spoiler alert. Oh.
Welcome. Stanley is from the town.
All right.
He's standing over there by the window. He's our cattle breeder and domestic pigs.
All decorated and all. Happy birthday to you. Present from the Royal Society in by B3 up at the zoo.
Oh. Wow, you need a
Welcome to the BoggOdd Oddities Museum. Someone will be with you shortly.
Please continue and clear the doorways. We got more coming.
Feel free to fill in all the dead space into the center of the room.
Oh.
Am I the only one who's feeling nervous, or just don't, or is it me?
No, you'll be fine. Don't worry.
I'll
It's
just stand
uh,
behind the big man, okay? I'll just stand behind this
Sorry
very
if the
big
door
man.
slams shut behind us.
Ooh.
Well,
Do
you
we
didn't.
know if everyone is here? Is anyone missing anyone?
If you're not here, say you're not here.
Yep.
I don't see anyone coming. I don't see anyone coming. That's probably it.
Right.
Where's little tree?
She's in the corner.
Oh, okay.
Someone put baby in the corner.
I was just gonna say that.
Alright.
Any sacrifices? I vote Mr. Spit.
Alright, if we're ready, we'll begin. Leave your preconceived notions of the normal world at this very threshold, and enter the world of the mysterious, the unusual, and the odd at BoggOdd Oddities Museum. By entering the museum, you agree management not responsible for any and all incidents herein, including but not limited to falling, tripping, or plunging into wells or graves, changing of hair color, rope burns, unconsciousness, or any types of odors you may pick up and carry with you from now on.
Sounds like Drango's bedroom.
Oh dear.
Dang, I resent that with mine.
And as always, your children are allowed unless they enjoy horrors and nightmares, and then they're very welcome to join us.
Right this way.
Right this way, your tour begins on your right as you enter the museum.
Oh, wow, look at that, a cheesy cat.
That's great!
Oh.
That's really cool. I like that a lot.
Meow.
Yep.
Oh, it's actually a cat. Wow.
Oh, I wish cat were here.
Hey. And mouse, I guess.
Oh, yes.
Mouse! I would love it if Mouse saw that. That'd be awesome.
You're welcome to Port Indifference anytime and meet them.
Continue in. You have a few more. Alright, is that everyone? At a blazing hot tropical Freeport, there stood a quiet specialty cheese shop at the end of an alley. You're probably questioning, is it appropriate to locate a cheese shop in the melting heat? The answer, no. Not because of the heat, however. It was the feral cats. The cats had taken to begging at the cheese shop, and as patrons were leaving, they would kindly drop a crumb or two, leading the cats to now wait for the next patron. Eventually, the roof's support beams groaned and popped under the weight of waiting cats. The shop owner attempted to shoo them away at first, but then realized the cats would not touch the crumbs of the most pungent cheeses. A patron remarked, "It is so hot today, the stone walls are almost sizzling." As the patron rounded the corner, the shop owner sprang into action, and gathering the most pungent of cheeses, pressed them against the blazing hot stone walls, where they melted, sticking them on. It really did work. To the cats, the stench of the cheese was so intense, they fled to the far side of the island, and the shop owner rested well that evening, until suddenly the roof beams began to creak and groan, running out into the dark to chase the cats off their bowing roof again. The shop owner caught a glimpse of them through the light. The cats first turned their eyes, and then their beaks, toward the shop owner. It is then the shop owner realized the roof was covered not in cats, but in starving, hungry vultures.
You're welcome to sniff the wall and smell the pungent cheese.
Yes, you are.
I have to sniff Jax's socks enough when he's around. I don't need to sniff them.
Can smell it from here.
So strong. So strong.
The tour
crikey.
continues this
So
way.
hard.
I can smell it from here, and that's just crumple.
A lot of
Goodness me.
odors.
Oh,
Good.
oof.
Continues just this way when you're ready.
Whose
There's a
goat
sheep
is
up
that?
there.
The Great Northern Factory disaster took place on a particularly cold, dark, rainy evening. The main source of heat in the frozen north was a giant fireplace located beneath the smokestack just above us. The factory backed up to a large rock mountain, and the entrance of a great coal mine was built down off the factory into the depths of the mountain. The top of the mountain was known habitat for an assortment of different animals. The employees of the factory found a particularly large snake roasting on the coals one afternoon and proceeded to prepare it for the dinner pot. It was not unusual for someone to bring whatever they had to share, but they could not determine who had brought the snake. They made a feast of the snake and went back to work, and as the evening grew colder and darker, they placed more and more coal onto the fire. What no one realized is the snake roasting on the fire had chased a plump leap from the mountaintop. The snake and the sheep had both fallen over the edge and landed on the smokestack. The snake fell through, down to the coals below, but the sheep was wedged in the smokestack high above the factory. The toxic smoke had already weakened most of the workers to the point they could no longer get out by the time the panic began. All but 3 workers were killed in this tragedy. The death toll was said to be near 458 lives, and it would remain the largest number of people killed by a single sheep for at least 2 more decades.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Any questions?
Magnificent.
I am curious on something.
Sure.
You said for 2 decades. What happened after the 2 decades?
We don't have that part of the story. Everyone will know what happened after the 2 decades that the other sheep was so successful. I'm sorry I don't have the answer for you, though. We're still trying to piece that together.
Miss Boggett?
Sure. Yes?
I'm rather worried about this sign next to you.
All right, we'll explain it all. Before you, here's a certified giraffe examination chair. It's been placed here as a public service by the Giraffe Handlers Association. When a giraffe needs to be examined for multiple reasons, it is much easier to inspect the giraffe from here up closer to their height. The doctor will climb up the chair and the giraffe will be brought in for inspection purposes. What type of inspections, you ask? Well, one purpose is to see if they have the giraffe-like teeth, or if they have the less common, human-like teeth, of course. But a far more common reason is to see if the ears have been laid with spider eggs again. Giraffe ears are known to be the perfect habitat for spider eggs, laying their eggs deep within the giraffe's warm ear hair. They lie forgotten until the time comes for the hatching. If you have giraffes tame or wild near your home, be sure that they are not shaking their heads frequently, as this is their first sign spider egg laying has occurred. If your giraffes have ears infested with spider eggs, the time will come they will hatch, and the giraffe's head shaking will deposit tiny hatchlings around and throughout your home.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Getting
Oh dear.
rid of
And
that giraffe later.
What happens if friends of yours have bunny ears on and the bunny ears start scratching and shaking a lot? Should we be worried?
Oh no. Are they itching? Is someone having itching on the ears?
Just asking for a friend.
Oh, sure, for just a friend. Be sure to inspect the ears. Make sure they're not laid with the spider eggs, as clearly they've taken to the ear hairs on the inside.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, well, you heard it here, folks. Get a trusted friend to check your ears before bed tonight, and I bet you there's at least one person here that will do that.
And then, if you have any giraffes around your home, be sure that you check the ears frequently, but only if they're shaking their heads. There's a great many of them out there not shaking their heads at all. It's the ones that shake their heads you have to worry about.
Yeah.
Also,
keep something to be aware of for sure.
Also, if you already see a spider, it's guaranteed they've already seen you and started running towards you, so be prepared. Right this way.
I do.
What?
Reach into the choir.
Hmm?
Oh, what's this?
Dish. Oh.
Well, make your way in. Everyone's welcome to take a nice look.
Will you check my ears later on?
In a far-off kingdom, a rotten king reigned supreme. He was known to frequently decide that he had been slighted, and to place people in prison to be punished, or worse. The king unexpectedly ordered a particularly complicated feast from his chef Arthur in the middle of the night. Chef and the kitchen staff worked frantically, tired as they were, to create a culinary masterpiece. The feast was a triumph, and the king later sent word to see if he may speak the chef. Word arrived early the next morning. The king would be to the kitchens within the hour, and the kitchen staff readied themselves for the visit. The king arrived with his guards, quietly toured the kitchens as he thoroughly inspected many things. Nothing was said, however. and the king looked at his guards as he approached the exit and nodded. The king's guards proceeded to destroy the kitchen's pots and pans and kitchen tools, and the guards turned to the chef and said, "The king would like you to know he is displeased with last night's feast. You forgot to serve sea salt instead of salt with his meal." But the chef was aghast. He knew he had served the sea salt. He had prepared it himself. He only said before he was cut off, and told he was to be removed from the king's staff and placed in prison to await his further punishment. The king felt assured that mistakes would no longer be made in his kitchens, and as a test a few weeks later, he had a new feast prepared for the opening of the knight's tournament, at the end of which a victorious knight stood remaining. But the king was very unhappy again. He felt slighted that his favorite knight did not win, so he rushed the knight had won with a dagger in his hand. The knight flicked away the dagger and gave the king what was intended for the knight. The king was now removed from life and power, and the knight made their way to the throne and was seated. The shocked crowd dropped the facade of reverence for the old king and warmly cheered on a new powerful leader. The gods, also shocked, but no longer hiding their contempt for the rotten king, said, "All hail the new king," to which the entrant removed their helmet and said, "Queen." "All hail the new queen," said the gods. "What would you have us do, your majesty?" they asked. "Firstly, bring me Arthur, the chef from the prisons." Arthur approached the new queen, and he quietly asked, "Daughter, what has happened? And are those my pots and pans you are wearing?" "There's time to explain it all, father," she said. "They sent them to me at the blacksmith shop for repairs. They did not know I was your daughter." She smiled pleasantly at her father as they waved toward the crowd over the tournament field and the cold, dead body of the former king. "You always said that your pots and pans would bring us good fortune, Arthur. You just didn't know how right you were."
Woo!
Stupendous.
Yeah, I
Wow.
love the story.
Yeah.
Wow.
Any questions at all about any?
So, I guess the model is, if you walk around with pots and pans, then mistakes will not be made.
Ugh. Possibly? I'm not sure.
Well, you've got to keep your pots and pans clean, though, otherwise you're going to end up all washed off.
Oh no.
I would say the moral is never upset your chef.
Yeah.
Indeed. Indeed.
I already did that one.
Always take care of your chefs. Always take care of the chefs.
Agree on that one.
Also,
Amen.
you never know who's
The
friends
chefs
with
will take
who.
care of you.
So be nice to others.
Before we make our way into the next room, do not panic. Everything's under control. If there is an actual fire or emergency, we will direct you to the nearest emergency exit right this way.
It sounds like this is the It's Fine room.
Oh.
Fire that looks like fire. There's nothing to be worried about. Make your way into the chamber here.
I don't want to get
Okay, there's nothing to
close.
see, nothing to see.
Oh, sorry.
On a roasting hot desert island, it rarely rained, and house fires were happening frequently. To help combat the fires, the residents used what they had and crafted 2 fire carts. These carts, each pulled by the best rhinosaur the island could breed, were filled with water and pulled from location to location. Raspberry the monkey, found wandering an island used as turtle habitat, was a pet of the head of the fire cart haulers. Out on one of their first patrols, they discovered something unusual. Raspberry had been trained to pull a cart. They decided that given his constant insistence he be handed the reins, Raspberry would be trained to drive the rhinosaur of cart number 2. This worked more than well. Raspberry was a complete natural at cart handling and needed no instruction at all. They even created a small seat just for him. This allowed others to focus more on the fires, and months passed, with the carts racing to fire after fire, with Raspberry excitedly guiding the cart all the way. One afternoon, after a particularly difficult morning of fighting a long series of fires, the bell rang. It was time to ready the carts, and Raspberry could not be located. The head of the fire cart haulers went to Raspberry's room and found the monkey asleep in bed. Knowing the poor creature must be exhausted after the morning they had another member of the fire cart haulers pull the reins instead. They left without poor tired Raspberry and headed to the fire. Along the way they spotted an unreported house fire. They slowed cart number 2 and watered it before catching up to cart 1. But while spraying the house, the front door burst open, and a soaking wet Raspberry with an extinguished torch in his hand emerged. Not believing that Raspberry could be asleep, and at the scene of the fire his bed was checked, neatly shaped and arranged was a pair of trousers, made to look like a sleeping monkey. Raspberry was wise at a great many things, cart hauling and deception being among his greatest talents. He was returned to the offices of the Turtle Sanctuary where he was found, so he could retire from his very busy life. The fire stopped overnight, and the fire cart haulers were quiet, until one afternoon a flare was fired. A representative of a neighboring island had arrived. They wanted advice on fire carts, for they had been plagued with fires. They also needed a small seat on the front, because they had the oddest thing, a monkey who knew how to drive a cart.
Wow.
Wow.
Troublesome monkey.
Well done. Yeah, I know.
Is she for sale?
Oh, no. Now, this is only Margaret. Margaret is representing Raspberry today for all of you.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
We could have done with the Raspberry because most of our town doesn't know how to drive a cart properly.
Oh,
We
no.
do. What?
Yes, and if you look at the monkey's tail real close, it's got a very charcoal tip to it.
Don't mention that.
Yes. Oh, yeah, beautiful. Wow, the attention to detail is very impressive in your recreation.
Right this way.
A little tired at the next exhibit, Jeff.
Yeah, but 2 of them were mine.
Don't fall backwards into the well. It's part of our warnings here.
Oh.
Watch out, Mr. Spit. Don't fall.
Like a nice living room down.
I thought it was Mr. Spit has been spending too much time here, and that's why that well was full of water at the bottom of saliva.
May I ask if
It's Django Spit.
Crumple?
Right.
No, this
Oh, I
is
get it.
a tavern filled with delicious libations. In fact, if you had been here 50 years ago, you would be dead. It was not unusual a long time ago to place additives into your spirits to give them an interesting afternote, be it bitter, sweet, or bittersweet. It was an unusually crowded evening the night before and would be again at a combination inn and tavern. The tavern keep was too busy to go for the ingredients for top note to add to the drink. The tavern keep's sibling was sent to pick up the rare, delicious, green sweet ingredient, Magistine. The herbologist, however, was also out, and in the stead, their apprentice was working. The assistant herbologist mistook the requested Magistine for the more common pest remover, maggot stem, nearly identical in appearance and flavor. Coupled with the unfortunate similarity in the name, the switch was made. The maggot stem was delivered to the tavern and used to give the libations their signature smooth sweetness. As is custom with the spirit house attached to overnight accommodations, the drinks poured heavily and quickly. The hallucination began an hour into the evening, and the vomiting began shortly thereafter. Ingestion of maggot stem is said to produce hallucinations such as liquid running down the walls, inanimate objects breathing, skies filled with flying animals, and the mistaking of human form for animal. The chaos of the visions, coupled with the vomiting, began a putrid battle inside the tavern, where all fought for their very lives. Any who made it outside were driven back by the visions throughout the sky. Those victors who survived the vomitous battle were said to have lain unconscious on these very floorboards until their hearts slowed to death.
Terrifying.
That's right.
And I'm gonna take a couple steps back. Got it.
Fortunate.
We want you to be careful of what you take in your libations. Make sure if you take libations at any of the taverns around, you make sure you know what's in them. Because you never know.
Yeah, somebody gave me a bottle of wine yesterday and they couldn't tell me what the main ingredients was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not good.
Did you drink the bottle yet?
No, I don't drink unless I know the side effects to anything.
Isn't the main ingredient the crystal for the bottle?
Most likely.
I mean, it depends if you like your wine crunchy or not, I suppose, Victor.
Oh, I just thought it'd make it sparkle.
Our tour continues just across the hall from me here.
Oh.
Hey, here. Bitch.
Watering hole.
All right.
What?
If you've
This
been
is
to
where
a...
we...
What's that?
Sorry, do proceed.
If you've been to a hot, humid, tropical island, you know all too well the heat can be unrelenting. Two elderly brothers were looking for their lost coat near their home when they stumbled upon something, a very large abandoned well. The well had run low of water, but the inside had a beautiful pool at the bottom. The brothers knelt beside the lid to the well, and when they opened it, they could feel the cool, refreshing air blow past them. They thought about and discussed that well the remainder of the day and night.
Thanks for the
They
follow.
woke the next day
Welcome in.
with a plan to put a ladder into the well to see what was inside. They slipped from the final ladder rung into the cool, dark water and enjoyed the most luxuriously pleasant soak in neck-high, perfectly chilled water. The water drained a bit more over time, and instead of floating, they had to kneel or sit on the bottom of the well. This did not suit the aging frames, and they began to talk of a new plan. It was decided to make the well a bit more comfortable. They moved some furniture down using ropes and a goat, who was finally found in time, to lower some things down from the hatch above us. This would be their final plan. Their friend, who knew of the well and having not seen the brothers for some time, began to worry and look for them. When they approached the well, they could already tell something was wrong. The scent of mold and mildew and end of life met their friend before the well. For you see, as they were soaking in the cool, damp richness of the well, their furniture was also. The introduction of furniture began a growth of mold and mildew and rot that first tainted the well and then outright poisoned it. As the furniture was slowly mildewing and molding from the outside, the cool, damp, dark back of the chairs was growing a deadly fungus. Before the fungus was discovered, it had already begun to emit toxic spores, which filled the well and the lungs of the two elderly brothers.
Oh, lovely.
Thanks for the follow.
Is it
That
safe to
doesn't
stand
seem
here?
Well,
Oh,
Killer.
crikey.
I thought it was just Crumple's fungus on his feet, and I could smell, but it must be this.
I'm glad that Crumple was up front, because at least he managed to sponge soak it all up, so none of us were at risk.
Yeah, you need to keep you all day moist.
I was starting to see why we had so much booze beforehand this tour.
The
That
tour
was the
continues
parrot,
this
Miss
way.
Echo.
How are we doing?
Oh, it's good to see you, Parrot. Hello, Miss Echo.
Hello.
Sorry we're late.
This was on your
Oh,
shoulder.
no, it's all good. I'm glad you made it.
Right, the tour continues just ahead of everyone here. There's a much larger space if everyone wants to file through.
Is it safe for me to stand over here?
I don't know about it.
dangerous.
Far beneath the beautiful country estate lies strange fate for those unfortunate enough to have encountered a pair of mad noble women. They had a secret which would have run the blood cold of those in the aristocratic circles they kept themselves in. The mad women had developed an unusual diet preference. Human toenails. Half-hearted soldier, drunken sailor, or sea wench, they preyed upon them all. They went out into the dark nights and rounded up victims. They would wait out at taverns and dance halls for those inebriated enough not to put up a fight. A bag over their head and about 6 pence around was enough to knock even the stoutest person unconscious if they had been plied with enough drink. They would then be locked into the chambers on each side of me here, their feet scrubbed, cleaned, and the toenails perfectly trimmed so as not to waste an ounce of their precious resource. I know what you're all wondering here. Why not just pull the toenails out at the root? After all, that's a sensible thing to do. Well, the sisters were not monsters, you see. They were just very strangely hungry. Each victim awakened dumped on the outskirts of the town, shoeless, sockless, pants rolled to their knees, but their feet had been beautifully scrubbed, and their toenails and perfectly trimmed. The sisters were caught. They mistook a pair of sleepy officers for inebriated and were overcome by them, threatened with having their toenails pulled out at the root, because it is the sensible thing to do. They confessed to the entire ruse. Afterward, they fell from grace and out of high society, and they took on new identities. They began to work in a wash house, trimming the nails of those who came to bathe, thereby secretly continuing to feed a most unusual and odd hunger.
Yeah. No, I don't know about that.
Wow.
Yes, I don't
Wow.
know.
Very
That was a
peculiar,
fighter.
sorry.
I mean, it's a
Oh
good
my God,
they
your
never
tail
met
is Mr.
Richie.
Pete. With those sandals.
It's a good thing they never met Richie. He got big toes. Therefore, big toes.
Oh my
toes
God.
nails.
You can hear him on the other side
Welcome,
of the porch as he
thanks for the
slaps his
follow.
way around.
Yep. Like a little
Clap,
duck.
clap, 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 clap.
Heard that noise in the woods before.
You never know. Watch for Richie around you.
Could have been Richie in those woods.
A beautiful new island freeport was built too close to a deep ocean water trench. The frequent ship traffic to and from the island had angered the residents of the deeper waters. Many creatures made their way out of the depths to investigate the disturbance as swirling water mixed new warm water down into the formerly cool trench, as well as introducing new detritus down into the depths. Mermaids from the trench seemed to grow much angrier, becoming a constant menacing presence in water. To teach citizens defensive tactics to protect themselves against the angry mermaids, as well as to ensure people would not fear nearing the profitable freeport. The freeport itself opened a training institute just off the shore. Seen before you here are the standard issue training form, as well as a specialized mermaid training form developed at the institute. Normally housed in deeper water, it was used to teach citizens techniques to avoid or defend against angry mermaids. The mermaids seemed to realize something was occurring at the freeport. They really began to increase their violence. Eventually, they began to investigate the institute itself and made their way to the shore side where the training forms were stationed. Instead of damaging the forms, the mermaids began to study them. They possibly believed them to be figures in reverence of themselves, and it is believed they took this as a sign the mermaid was a respected neighbor, and it led them to stop their attacks completely. Unintentionally, the forms did work to protect the citizens. No one trained to defend themselves ever even had to, and the mermaid forms were left in the water as a sign of continued mutual respect. Luckily for the freeport, the mermaids had not seen the defensive techniques used against these forms.
You're welcome to step closer and look at the eyelashes built into the head.
Oh, cool! They got eyelashes.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Only fish lady. They're not nice.
This is marvelous. Your stories are just truly enveloping.
The next exhibit is right behind us and will begin momentarily.
Well, this one remind me our place. No? What do you
Looks
think?
like a scary spooter. A robo spooter.
Looks like house spiders on foot.
Yeah.
Those things are nasty.
A skilled blacksmith made a fortune on board a ship, repairing broken old wood stoves in the frozen polar region, a fortune he intended to keep to himself. Looking around his ship one day, he realized he had a dozen wood stoves that no one had claimed after they had been repaired. Needing to remove the extra weight from his ship, and also find a more suitable place to keep his treasure safe, he left the polar region for his home on a warm elephant island. He owned a small piece of the island that included a swamp. The swamp was home to many horrendous beasts, the least of which were endless amounts of spiders. He knew the perfect location for a hideaway for his treasure was a well-hidden cavern on the edge of the swamp. You would
Thanks
never
for the
see it
follow.
unless you were falling into it. Covered in vines and growth, it was the perfect place, except it was home to thousands of spiders. But he knew spiders feared one thing above all others: a larger, faster spider. To attempt to stop the spiders from living in the cavern as well as to add an additional shock. Should any unfortunate soul stumble into the caverns, he carted the old forgotten wood stoves down the darkened mouth of the cave to create this monstrosity here before you. Welding the stoves together and carving a stone plinth from the cavern's rocks, he successfully created a spider to frighten all spiders, and the others fled in fear, leaving him in freedom to place his treasure deep now in the delightfully spider-free cavern. He went back to making more and more treasure in the polar north, and readied himself for another return to his cavern. Upon his return, he was looking forward to the spiderless cavern after having fought his way through an endless amount of them in the swamp. He arrived and found the cavern filled with elephants, bursting at the seams with elephants. They chased him away from the entrance all the way back to his ship, over and over. You see, the only thing keeping the elephants out of the cavern were the spiders, and the only thing luring them down into it was the new multiple-armed post someone had placed there for them to scratch themselves on.
Sounds like an elephant to me. Certainly.
I think we can safely say that I got a new fear of
You
arachnophobia.
need a back
Legs
scratcher
ought to
for
look
the
like an
elephant.
elephant trunk. Really.
So the tour continues around the corner here.
Thank you so much. So well spoken. It's so informative.
Can we have the birthday
Ooh.
people up front here, please?
Ooh.
Oh wow, a pile of cheese.
Please, all the birthday people up front.
All right, if we got a birthday, people, we would like to welcome you here to BoggOdd Oddities Museum, and we welcome you to step forward and blow out the candles for your birthday.
Oh.
Is it a trick candle? Try it again.
Louder. Louder.
Oh, they got it.
There it went. Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh no!
We're singing
It's on fire from the candle.
Welcome you to make your way to the other end of the room if today's your birthday, and we have 3 gifts here at the other end for you.
Ooh.
Hopefully it's a
Welcome to
spider.
choose your choice of the 3 boxes located in front of you here. And please, no box.
Ooh, prezzies! I took the middle box, Uncle Brutus.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh, prezzies!
I appreciate it.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna share with you, Uncle Brutus. Here.
I want to know what y'all got.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be shy.
Yes, we're not curious at all.
mannequins, some wind pouches, and some lollipops, and some shells. Bunch of good stuff.
Yep.
Mmm.
I like fish shells. I love
Has
shells.
Trina got a mannequin?
I got one of each.
Woohoo!
There's
wait
food
to
over
see them in
there.
your room.
There's
We have food and beverages here in the barrels if you would like some. We have a little punch book here. It has some sort of French word on the front. Leeches. I believe that means punch bowl. You're welcome to any punches or any type of food you may like out of the barrels here.
Oh, lychees. Yeah, they're little.
Pizza. Oh my lord, pizza.
Ah, I love licorice.
Leeches. I think it means punch in French.
yes, I think so.
Yeah, got it.
I thought
Yeah,
it
that's
was
exactly that.
licorice. I was just about.
Ooh. Oh, well, that could be.
And please pull from the top of the stack there for the cinnamon balls.
That is even time and effort that's gone into getting your balls stacked that high.
Please don't take them from the bottom. Just take them from the top if you want one. You have to get up there, get one of the high-end ones.
I'd love to see Pete get up there.
In a moment, he'll cheat with a grapple hook.
Mm-hmm. No grapple hook.
Hey, what's all this slander and casting aspersions?
Who? Who's
What
he?
if I shoot one? Did
At
it
least
work?
I could get it. At least I could get it up. Suspect.
My bad.
What? I've got blue
Did you
pills
want me to
for this.
remove the table?
Oh, I tried to shoot it off. Sorry, Mr. Pete. It didn't work.
Ow, I can't hear out of my right ear now for a day.
Doesn't need a grapple. Look, he's got the parrot trained.
Yeah.
Wait, you managed to train a parrot?
Careful, Victor. You're going to lose another eye.
And a leg.
That's right. Or maybe break a peg leg.
Hope everyone who had a birthday has a wonderful birthday.
Yay!
Woohoo! All right. We can continue with the tour if everyone has had a chance to have a little snack of something.
Marvelous food. Marvelous food.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's very good.
Those barbecue spider legs are beautiful.
You didn't have the time to check all the different stuff you have. You got so many different. This is amazing.
Yes, the food was gratefully prepared and sent to us.
Oh wow! Who did you address to for that? They got limb sorbet. There, man.
Or am I?
Pancake breakfast. Wow.
Make sure you read the label on the lemon sorbet.
We also have the popped out corn there. Some people like the popped out corn or the popcorn.
Yeah.
I never have tested off that Somerville berry cheesecake. What?
It's yummy.
I bet. Shortcake. This one I tested.
Ooh,
Little
I know
sailor's
where the-
meal. Look at that. This is so cute.
Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite. Yeah.
This is so great.
Yeah, they just fill your tummy and then fix your vitamins. That's it.
Can I take a
It's
few
nice.
for Richie, please? That's so accurate.
Richie is a little menace, so yes, I feel like
He's
that
a,
would be very
he's a
viable.
little sailor. Definitely.
He can't even reach the top
Definitely
of a normal
deserve the
steering wheel.
nuggets.
Doctor.
Okay. You know what? I will give you the nuggets. You can show him. Now, every time he come like that, you know, to nibble your boots like he do, you show him a nugget. Now that's clever. You just show him a nugget when you do that.
All right, we'll continue with the tour if everyone's had a chance to have some.
Nummies.
That was excellent.
Right this way.
It continues into the next chamber. Be careful not to fall into the grave.
Great. Lovely.
Rolling green. Go and look in that hole, Mr.
Oh, Bunny! Where'd you go, Bunny?
Oh
Uh-oh,
dear.
where'd my Bunny go?
Oh wow.
Oh, there's Bunny. The scary thing scared me.
Oh hello. I wanted to see me. Nice Benny.
Seven of them were deceased. She begged for help from the townspeople. She said she had been haunted by the vengeful ghost of her most recent husband. The widows of the town vowed to help one of their own and formed a group which would sit in the home of the widow while she tried to rest. It was a quick rotation, however. You see, they all eventually stared straight again into the eyes of the man they used to know. Each night, someone sat with her just before the skies would light and there was a shuffling behind them. One after another, the widows fled from the creaking home. Once that group was exhausted, the widow of Shallow Creek still pleaded for help. The young single men were sent next, as they were thought to be less prone to fright. It was the same story, however. They all ran for their lives after gazing into the eyes of the dead man. The oldest woman in town, thought far too frail, asked, "May I go next?"
What is
She
that?
sat slumped forward next to a warm fire in the church, with her eyes closed and her back to the room when the ghost appeared. His long bony fingers reaching and clawing slid up over the back of the chair and around the woman's frail, thin neck. From outside the home, a blood-curdling scream that chased wolves back to the dens was cut short. The townsfolk, worried for that frail lady but humoring her, had left their ears open in case she called. A number of them reached the steps of the cabin at the same time, and they clambered to the front door and flung it open. Standing tall over two bodies was the frail old woman. What no one realized is that the oldest woman in town was also the wisest. Unable to sleep well in the cold nights due to her old bones, she slept during the warmer daylight hours, but every night she's awake and watched the supposedly dead husband of the widow of Shallow Creek creep through house after house in the town. For you see, as people went to sit with the terrified widow, her very much alive husband would go to their homes and steal from them. He would arrive later to scare the victims back to their house, and then he would show what he had taken from them to his wife. The oldest woman, however, went prepared with a rolling pin in her sleeve in order to expose the rose of the widow of Shallow Creek.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes, did it?
Wow.
If someone hits me with a rolling pin.
I guess.
I feel uncomfortable over here. Anyway.
It's so amazing, this. I can't push you in. I said.
In a remote cabin, something unusual happened. The owner of the cabin was growing older and more tired, and as the years were catching up to him, he thought he needed a way to bring life back to his life. He found a place where he could, for a price, order a tincture, promising that to him. He placed an order, gave his address, and was told to wait 6 nights, and he would hear a loud bang on the door. He was not to look out for the courier, only to wait quietly for the 6th night. On the arranged night, he sat patiently waiting, and a loud bang was heard at the darkest portion of the night. Nearly jumping from his body, he realized only then he was a bit stronger still than he realized. He waited a moment, opened the door, and retrieved a package, bound in hides and tied to a large stone. He thought the bottle was unusually shiny, until he realized the shine was coming from inside the bottle. He swirled the bottle through his fingers and stared at the cork topper. He thought of his plan, and he glanced up at the portrait of his loved one. He realized this bottle may hold more than he bargained for. What if it turned back his aging? What if it stopped him from aging at all? Could he decide when he was through with the elixir? He sighed and realized, now that he held the power in his hand, what he missed wasn't his youth. It was that which was part of youth, and that was sadly not coming back. Angry mostly at himself, he flung the bottle into the fireplace where it coated the back of it, and the fireplace grew. It formed fangs, roared like a tiger, and spit flames across the room. It eventually did settle back into a normal fireplace once again, but it left him wondering what type of magic was in that tincture, and he vowed to himself he would never again try to recapture that which is meant to be left in the past.
Yeah. Back in anger.
Yeah, words to the wise.
Don't want to all good.
The tour continues at the end of the hall here.
I must say that there is a lot of old people here. There's so many sitting down.
Packed cargo freighter in a sea slicer sailed through a fog-shrouded sea. It lurched high and low in the sea, with crates groaning on its sides. On board amongst the crew stood a mere deckhand. As the ship passed through a shimmer, a mysterious event occurred. Every person, in fact every creature everywhere, disappeared, except for the deckhand. Calling out for anyone else, he realized he was totally alone. In fear for the crates, the contents, and the ship itself, the deckhand panicked. He didn't understand the workings of the ship enough to get it under control, and without a crew to pull the sails and manage the wheel, it's a task that could not be accomplished. "Hello, hello, help," he pleaded, and his plea was heard by the only other thing that inhabited the world. The figure stood before him on the other side of the cabin door, but he could immediately tell it was not human. It had no facial features, and in fact, it had no features at all. The ship careened out of control, and just as the figure reached through the doorway, the ship crashed on the shore of a desolate island. The deckhand was thrown overboard and onto the water just beside the shore. While running from the ship and the figure, the deckhand began to realize he wasn't breathing normally. With every breath he took, it grew shallower and shallower. The farther he made it from the figure, the less he could breathe. The world grew darker and darker until he finally went unconscious. The deckhand awakened and found himself all the way back where his journey began. But the crew, the ship, and the cargo were never seen again. They say the shimmer figure waits just over the shimmer for its next crew. Will you be the only one it spares, or will you be one of the ones it's never seen again?
Oh, that's
I
don't like it.
We've had a lot more happen. From this, we've heard of other stories. We had one just happen to ourselves recently. Our crewmate was attempted to have been drug off of our ship after we crossed the shimmer, drug into the waters where he flailed and splashed about until we were able to circle around and try to find him.
And then he was also grappling on for dear life all the way through the shimmer and through the middle of the grid, and the shimmer fear kept trying to drag him off.
Still trying to get him. We've heard it also hungers for shoulder pets and any animals you have on board, and it will snatch them from you when you cross the ship.
That's it. I'm not leaving B5.
We've also heard another tale, if you're not too afraid already. We've heard, upon crossing the shimmer, some people have encountered their own ship on the other side, with a crew who looks exactly like themselves, only they're sleeping. We have a conjecture that possibly the shimmer figure is trying to duplicate passengers on board the ship to increase the amount that it can take from the other side. But we were left wondering, when the crews encounter each other, who's the real you and who is the duplicate?
And
Shadow ships!
I also suggest you write a note and put it in your pocket so you can tell your future self or your past self of mistakes that you made or words of encouragement for the future or the past.
That's only if we make it back from the shimmer.
Wow.
My
Anybody
funny
got about a
nut.
dozen books on them? Because I've got a lot of mistakes I need to write up before I leave.
Right? No, not Boggert, no.
Oh, the tour will continue behind everyone here.
It continues just here.
Yeah, I was wondering about this.
Oh yeah, we're gonna find out. We tell all here. Deep in a prison lie a cold, dark, windowless cell. A guard routinely traversed the corridors. One prisoner they had not planned on having and didn't know the history of was a magician trained in the art of lock picking. Picking the lock would come easily, but getting out of the area was difficult. The cell was at the end of a long U-shaped corridor. The prisoner had nothing but time, though, to plan, and they sat and thought and waited, and day in, day out, they watched the guards, and they finally thought of their plan. The guards always took the same pathway through the loop, and they realized they could never go towards the guards, or they would be seen. But if they could go out ahead of the guards, they may make it out the other side of the corridor before they were seen. One problem, though, their bed would be found empty as they were on their way to the exit, raising the alarm bell. In an effort to fool the guards, they began to put away slices of bread and sausages in their pillowcase. This plan was nearly twice on unplanned laundry days when they gorged themselves on food they had stashed away. Finally, though, a dark, moonless night came. It was dark enough for the plan to work. They neatly arranged the old bits of bread and sausages to form a vague figure, just enough the guards would see a body sleeping in the bed and give them time to slip away. The plan went smoothly, and the prisoner was able to escape perfectly. The guards eventually discovered the ruse, though, and knowing how the head of the guards would react to their being fooled, and knowing what they had to do to hide the evidence, the guards sat down for a most unwanted feast.
Rumbles, thanks for the follow.
Were they ever found?
I'm glad you came. You're welcome to step forward and take a look at the display of how the breads and the sausages were arranged. These are not the actual breads and sausage since they were devoured.
It's cool looking. You guys, come look. It's really cool. It's not gross. It's not like bloody or anything. It's really cool looking.
Oh, wow. Yep.
It's actual food.
Can you reach me, Mr.
Please,
Governor?
thank you.
Or do you want me to pick you up? Oh.
I would imagine that's probably the most beautiful pillow.
Wow.
The tour continues here at the dentist office. Kel does all the story writing, so I'll let he do a good job.
Here before you lies the interior of the city office of the Butcher of Butterfly Lane, as he was later known. Shown on the table are the actual tools that he used. Fancying himself a dentist, he was able to convince the populace he was legitimate. Using a plant known for hallucinogenic properties, he could cause patients to mentally leave the body while he tied them to the bed here before you. He would then remove all the teeth of the victim, promising only to repair their teeth. It was a lot easier to convince them afterward that all the teeth had gone bad, and therefore none of the repairs, which he did not know how to do, need be performed. Human teeth were a prized form of keratinoid, similar to bone but with a much sturdier structure if refined properly. The fraudulent dentist would leave his office early in the day, and that was thought odd by the community, considering how many of them needed dental work. He had a nefarious reason for always leaving early. He was tainting the town's water supply with ground-up squid innards. The innards contained the powerful acids that the squid uses to break down sharp shells that it eats in its feeding cycle. Even once ground up and dispersed through the town's drinking water, the innards had enough acid quality to weaken the teeth of the city dwellers to the point they needed dental work, and thereby supplying the dentist with the teeth he so desired.
Oh my goodness.
Ow, Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Ever.
Oof. I wish I could stop eating so much cheesecake now. I'm worried.
Oh, well, you're welcome to step forward and reach into the tiny box here and take a look at the teeth collection that we have available.
I was going to find someone to fix this tooth, but I'm not sure I want to anymore.
You're welcome to take any teeth there and just bite down real hard, and it might set it back in place again.
I did have someone do a tooth replacement on a tour. They're missing a tooth, and they took one from the box for themselves to replace the one that was gone.
Oh, makes sense.
That was terrifying.
Excuse me.
Well, it's around the same amount of teeth I
That's a lot of
pulled
teeth in
out.
there.
Wow.
The tour continues this place.
That part of the story had real bite to it.
Sweet. Ow.
Mr. Pete.
It was certainly a
great.
mouthful.
Thank God I lost my teeth 50 years
That
ago.
was a mouthful.
I do feel bad for accidentally calling you Stinky Pete now.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Circles back around here to the party area. Will bring us to our next exhibit.
Please do not reach inside the bars there. The printer press is haunted.
The story of this printing
sorry.
begins in the story of this printing press begins in the polar north. The freighter Frozen Sails was used to deliver supplies to a far-flung polar research base where the Frozen Institute was located. On the slippery top deck of Frozen Sails, a crew member called out eerily, "Who's there?" when they heard voices in the fog crying. The calling out stopped the other crew in their tracks. They listened, and soon enough they heard it too. Enchanting voices calling out. But they were not calling out in sorrow. They were calling out in song. By the time anyone could raise the alarm, no one cared to any longer. Below decks, a sleeping crew member who would be on a late shift was awakened, being slid out of bed and across the sleeping quarters. Just as the crew member made it halfway out of the topside, the sails, sitting untended, whirled and snapped violently in the wind. The heeling of the ship was so intense, crew members who were not already overboard were dumped overboard. The crew member was awestruck with horror. They had plugged the ears with rolled cotton to stop the loud crew from waking them, and they were now oblivious to the sound coming from the ocean. But they knew in an instant what was happening. The ship was under the attack of the siren's song. The masts, weakened by the whirling and snapping, had groaned, and then gave way. They crashed down through the decks below and severely damaged the ship. The crew member climbed into a dinghy, lowered it, and watched around them. Sickeningly, their crewmates dove underwater and dove down into the now still blue abyss. The survivor rode and rode for hours in the frozen waters. They finally reached land, staggered onto the frosty shores, called out, and collapsed. They had made it to Island of the Frozen Institute, and they would very soon be found. The same cannot be said for the Frozen Cells and her crew. They drifted ever more into the frozen darkened depths. The survivor decided to print a book to tell the tale of that horrendous day, and they used the boards from the dinghy that they survived in to make the printings behind me. It is said the sea sirens had placed a curse on that dinghy because they did not get the chance to clear the ocean that day. The now cursed printing press behind me can at times call out to those nearby, asking them to please climb into its gnashing jaws. It is rumored this printing press eventually devoured the crew member who created it, and it left us wondering, now, is it satisfied, or is it just waiting to strike again?
Oh, God.
Oh, oof, that was rough.
Ooh.
Nice timing.
Yeah, right?
Guinea Pete, is the printing
End
press
with a
at our
punch.
port safe? Please say
I
it.
mean, let's be honest. Is anything in our port safe ever? Really?
No.
I mean, that's a damn good point.
Spiders basically run the
Kill
town.
them all.
Good
Go
God.
too close, she can reach for you.
Yes, don't go close.
Sideways.
Here is what was once a beautiful marvel circus organ. The organ was a modern wonder. It needed no one to play it, and in fact, it did not have keys. It produced sound through steam with a series of reused water and stovepipes, and it played the most beautiful of melodies. It was pulled on 3 carts behind 3 elephants as the circus parade would arrive in a town. It played all the while and let the residents know the circus was arriving. The circus fell to ruin after the death of the ringmaster and the ringmaster was thrown higher than the High Wire Act one evening by a pair of elephants looking to escape circus life. The audience, watching the tragedy unfold, sent warnings to all they knew. Avoid the circus at risk of peril. The organ was purchased later at an auction of items from the circus by a group of ne'er-do-wells who had a plan. They traveled with a reassembled pipe organ on their ship port to port and played friendly melodies during the day, and they would quieten as the shops would close and the people would head to the neighboring homes. Then in the late hours of the evening, they would stoke the fires of the steam heater until they were raging. The beautiful music produced with gentle steam pressure became a house-screeching, clangorous noise. This caused the residents to flee their homes in terror, and horses and animals would batter their stalls, not knowing what beast was capable of such noises. The ne'er-do-wells would slow the fires eventually, but also so they could issue a proclamation. The fires would be stoked, and repeatedly, until the township was able to come up with a predetermined fee to pay the ne'er-do-wells to leave the port in peace. The ne'er-do-wells landed in another port as usual one afternoon. They played the beautiful music until the shops closed and the residents began to leave. Then they waited. They went to the top deck to get the wood for the fires. Instead of the residents being quietly asleep, however, the entire town was standing row after row, lining the edge of the harbor, staring directly at the ne'er-do-wells ship. The water was already flowing into the ship by the time the ne'er-do-wells could react. You see, the residents had been made aware of this approaching ship 2 days prior, and they had formed a plan of their very own. The pipe organ was dismantled and trod upon, resulting in the warped and discolored remaining pipes you see here before you today.
Oh, that was pretty mean.
Yeesh.
So we'll continue in
I
just
like
one.
that one.
The tour will continue. It's still in this room. The next exhibit, if anybody is squeamish of human anatomy, you may want to exit into the next room.
What kind of parts of human anatomy are we talking about?
Brains, teeth, eyes.
Well, it isn't something we all got.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I see my teeth every day. I got trouble seeing my eyes though.
What? Haven't you looked at your reflection before? Look in the water next time.
Anyone here squeamish about clockworks at all? We're going to
I
enter.
was over here.
Oh no. You're welcome to step around the corner if you're nervous. We're going to show you one of the clockworks that we found. This is a new unusual object on the oceans. It's able to perform many different things. And we've heard that the clockwork only has squeaking gears on the inside. But with the sound that the clockwork makes, we do not believe that noise is squeaking gears. We've also found numerous clockworks painted to look like humans, standing in and around different types of wooded areas.
Boggert, you may want to step over here for a second. Look on the back of this gentleman's back. He may be a clockwork.
Oh.
Oh,
Are you a person or are you a clockwork person? And you have to tell us, if you're a clockwork person, you have to tell us that you are. It's part of the rules.
I'm not.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue.
When were you born?
In the summer.
All right, when are you going to die?
I don't know.
Oh, all right. Okay, you're not a clockwork.
Okay, it must be a
Yes.
sextant on his back here instead of a wind-up mechanism.
I thought you had a winder on your back. It's very confusing. But yes, the clockworks are being wound and left in woods, we believe. Somehow someone is winding their movements because they're able to move just a little bit, but they're not able to speak at all. You ask them, "Hey, how are you today?" Strange person in the middle of the woods, and they can't answer you at all. They also never leave where they're located. They're never eating, never sleeping. Sounds like clockworks. If you're not afraid, we're going to open the head of one of our clockworks here today and let you gaze inside and see what's happening inside the clockworks.
Oh, wow.
Seated below me here is a clockwork where we have opened the top of the head. You're welcome to step forward, take a look down, and see 2 rows of perfectly formed human teeth. And we ask you, why does the clockwork have 2 rows of human teeth on the inside? You also notice 2 spherical objects looking very much like eyes on the inside. And the growth of something down inside, which looks very similar to some sort of brain growing inside the clockwork's mind.
Thick setting.
Wow.
I'm okay over here.
Yeah, I know you're freaking.
And if you look at the back of a clockwork's head, you can see hair growing. So they're trying to be closer and closer like us.
Yes, we're left with a lot of questions about these things. If you see them in the woods, there's a clockwork located on the island just north of the Freeport. Standing very quietly in the woods, never speaking, barely moving. But if you look on the back of this clockwork, there's 2 little buttons about where the belt would be. There's a little arrow to the left and a little arrow to the right, leaving us wondering, what are these buttons for? Has someone left the clockwork there intentionally? Or some other reason that they're there? Lots of questions there.
And don't mean to scare you much. Just think of a lot of clockworks bobbing up and down in the fog as you cross the shimmer. Right this way.
Oh dear.
I don't want to go home anymore.
Thanks for that.
I don't want to cross any shimmer again.
I love the fact you give Trina some for her birthday. That's perfect.
Those clockworks really grind my gears.
Please stand in front of the double doors.
Brings us to a final
That
oddity.
joke came in a great timing.
Well, just remember never to
Double
gift.
doors?
Clock is ticking.
Oh. If you stand in front of the double doors, you'll be glad you will, because you'll be able to have the best view. Before you here stands Hera, the oddity of Itch Meadow Farm. She was born during the hurricane.
We got a problem.
What?
Well, thanks, guys.
Just a moment. We're gonna have to chase away this cow. We frequently have an interesting cow shows up. Give us just a moment. We'll be right back with you. We'll bring her out in just a moment.
Oh,
Shy of
that was the oddity.
I believe.
Yes.
That was the imposter cow.
Yeah.
Anybody got any sea shanties we could sing while we're waiting?
I wish you were. No, that was not it. Was no.
Never heard of that one.
Everything's perfectly fine. Everything's perfectly fine. It must have been all the rain.
Show me the way to go home. Boom, boom, boom. This museum's scaring me a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna sleep. I had
Yeah,
a
not
lit-
even sure I want to leave B5 right now.
and the oddity scared me with their teeth.
It is almost so scary that I needed to.
Well, that is the
have
end
one
of
more.
We welcome you back at the time to visit and see Hera, the oddity that we have here. But she's not here today. She's been frightened away, and she seems to be very far from the museum today.
Oh.
Oh.
Very odd. Well, thank you so much. Really enjoyed
Thank you for the excellent tour.
Thank you very much for
Okay.
Yeah. It's a
We
pity
hope
we missed it with the cow at the end. I'm sure it would have been very moving.
Oh, it would have. Thank you all for coming.
We
and
would
we're
have been amused.
Horace.
There's behind you is a desk. There's some blank papers. If anybody would like to sign a guest book, feel free to take a paper. You can deposit it in the deposit box to the left, or out in the front is another deposit box. Thank you.
Thank you very much for all being here. Be sure to tell others that we have warnings for them here so that they can come, and be sure that they're safe on the seas as well.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much.
I would like to
Thank
say
you.
an incredibly appreciative round of applause for your creative prowess. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience. Thank you for sharing this with us.
This is unique.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Bravo.
Thank you. Set applause here.
By
If you
all
enjoyed
the
yourself,
people that
people
have
jump up and down a couple of times to show your appreciation. Brah.
The museum,
Well done.
it's shaking. Thank you very, very much.
That's
Thank
probably
you. That was amazing.
that's probably why
Have any
her
advice
was scared
for how to
and
get
ran
the
away.
smell of this cheese out of my jacket? I realize I.
Oh.
He
No,
touched
you
the
rubbed up.
cheese.
You rubbed
Touch
up
the
all
cheese.
over.
Get away.
I know.
That was part of the warnings that you may take an odor with you when you leave. If you put your coat out in a very, very cold environment, it'll help chase away the odors faster.
All right, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I must say, this went like clockwork.
Oh,
Maybe next time when you come, it'd be a more moving experience.
we're sorry we couldn't move you today. Hera has been utterly unavailable today.
That's okay. That's okay. We're not going to mark you down points just because the final act was a bit of bull.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm pretty scared as it is.
Cow.
Oh my god.
He's not the cream of the crop.
Ugh.
Feel free to stop by the party and get some more snacks and food and cake.
Move it. I like to move it.
Do we
You okay?
do we feel like doing a dance here?
Why not?
Or we're going
Why,
tit
Mr.
for tat
Clockwork?
on the dances.
Dance, dance. If you're happy and you know it, do a dance. If you're happy and you know it, do a dance. If you're happy and you know it,
If you're
then
happy,
your
then
body
you're
will really show it. If you're happy and you know it, do a dance.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Where can I put the letter?
The deposit box is in.
Yes, yes.
That was truly amazing. Like the story, the art, everything was.
What's he doing?
Thank you for coming.
Oh.
Oh,
Mr.
she's going.
Savage. Damn it, I missed. I can't punch for shit. Ross, would you kick his butt for me?
Not in
Oh.
front.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was lovely.
Thank you.
I have to say this was outstanding on so many levels that you really made a wonderful evening. I will remember this and bring as many people as I can.
birthday.
Thank you,
Thank you.
please do. Let them know there's lots of warnings here. They have to come and hear them for themselves.
Absolutely, I will.
This is amazing.
Oh,
It is.
thank you very much. Be sure to tell others if you had a good time here today.
There is flyers outside the door that has our hours posted. Normally during the week, we like to sell out and see the other board, though. We try to
I
stay
think we already found the spiders.
on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays.
We will most assuredly be back.
Please, Frederick.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for the tour. The museum was amazing.
You better check yourself, Savage.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you for
appreciate you coming
visiting.
today.
Thank you.
Thanks for the
Stay
follow.
safe out
The
there.
mannequins. Thank you.
Safe
Miss
sails,
Safety.
everyone. Watch the
No, I
shimmer.
don't. I give him Uncle Brutus.
Yeah, the shimmer figure.
Thank you.
I believe that's.
Have a good day.
Well done, Elias. Well done on your award for the month.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Come.
Really-
Easily.
Aye. Oh.
Wow. That was
Congratulations on
really
Employee of the Month.
Mr. P.
Thank you.
You okay, Pete?
Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you all. Thank you.
It's wonderful.
That was truly
Oh,
something.
it's a dinghy! Oh, you missed the show!
Maybe that'll help.
There
you
we
know.
go, sir.
Mr.
Thank
Here
P.
you go,
you.
Mr. Dinghy.
Oh,
Yes.
give that to Elias. Here you go, Elias.
Oh, there goes the Storm Brothers. They're
Oh,
stay.
yes.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure, sir.
Thank you
I'm
for
not
coming.
sure if we are
Ooh, thank
having
you.
out again. There is a whole
Not
bunch
yet.
of,
Something
something
to
Yeah, we need to find a
Yes,
gift.
I heard about the
Inside.
horse race. So all bets are on Trina, I guess. She's going to be racing again.
Can
You just
one of
Oh,
us.
so you're coming.
Thank you.
There is
Not sure yet. We'll talk it over with the company.
It was pretty good.
well, anyways, it have been
I'll enjoy it later this evening.
experience. It's so creative. I love it.
Thank you so much.
Please keep up the good work. I do believe it satisfies
Mr. Brutus.
so many people.
One of the birthday
different
party, are you?
ways.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
All right, I hope to see you soon again.
Thank you.
Safe sails.
That'll take your worries away.
Thank you.
Wow.
I appreciate
Don't worry, we always find her. We use echolocation.
Just need to find Miss Summer now.
That's a good question.
I mean, she's bright green. She can't be that hard to miss.
Aye. Oh,
Double check and make sure everyone's. Don't want to lock anybody in. Her has got an upset stomach, so we're gonna have to close the museum for a
I
little
look
bit.
forward to seeing the zoo and visiting Toonie again soon.
You and anyone, the zoo is now finally open. We have all the exhibits up, so please make a trip up to B3, Nylea.
Oh, we'll definitely be organising a Port Innocence Day at the zoo, I think. If nothing else, we're going to hope for monkeys that we need to find a new home for.
Yeah, we always take donations of animals.
Those are my monkeys.
You're retiring, Pete.
I think everyone's out.
You make
Wow.
a monkey.
Yeah.
I'm not a monkey, but I do get up to a lot of monkey business, I'll give you that.
Well, we'll try to keep you out of the cage.
I do, on behalf of the port town, I do have some gifts that we brought bearing with us, but some of them contain alcohol, so I'm going to leave it in the custody of the elderly gentleman and the adult to decide who gets what. But there is a special gift wrapped box that our postman put together that contains some kind of very expensive elixir that I guess is destined for the youngest of the three.
I'll do it. Youngest of that'd be me.
All at once.
Yeah, right.
Oh, thank you so much for coming.
Hi, Mr. Pete.
Ooh, thank you, sir.
Oh, you're welcome. As I said, if you distribute those appropriately amongst the group, I don't know who would prefer to have the secret surprise one, but I think that's for the young one, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know.
Ooh, surprises!
I don't count birthdays anymore. When you get to my age, you're lucky if you see another dawn. Reminds me, anybody seen my dawn?
Why? Why don't this to me?
Need to take a quick break. Do a restroom break. I'll be right back. Thanks for joining today. Okay, I'm back.
Um,
You should go.
Yeah.
You should go to Miss Tanny's.
Oh,
art-
the art museum! Yeah, let's go! Butterflies!
Go look at the art because it's really worth it with the colours and stuff.
And she's off.
That wasn't the last story I
Right.
heard from her.
I gave you one as well, Miss Summer, so if you go and look at the artwork. Right.
Just because I don't like that Disney
I would love to.
read about it, you don't get that.
I would actually
Anyone
like
who
to
is
try.
interested, in about an hour there at the first place over at Pecorano Island.
There is a picture there that I see free.
Go this way.
Anybody who's curious but hasn't tried the butterflies,
Perimeter wall. But anytime you.
It seems like the visit extended a little bit.
Ah, yes. Good turnout today.
Aye. Oh, didn't you get one of those potions as well?
A potion for what?
Oh, there is if you see, I got butterflies around me right now. We got a potion. And when you use that one and look at the art, it truly is something special. Because it's, Aye. Oh, do you have more?
Sorry?
Oh, no, it wasn't you. You're dressed the same, sorry. Where is, the fellow who handed out,
Oh, here, you can have mine. I'm not one for taking them.
Oh, it's more for, Mr. Buck. Now, if you take that one, you will see slightly brighter colors, and you will have butterflies around you. Look, right?
Yeah.
Let's look at the art now. With this one.
Ooh, yeah, let's look. Now Boggert's on drugs.
Still got 200 seconds. Good.
they've closed it. But yeah, we're on the butterflies, so we wanted to look at the art again, and some people just woke up to see it.
All right, I'll let you in. Oh, there you go.
Tansy's here.
Thank you.
Those things I'm wearing.
Nothing worse than a flying spider.
Wow, that picture just turned into something scary.
Oh no, not that.
Look at this. I'm on the butterflies, and I'm looking at a butterfly on the wall. Beautiful.
That butterfly is pretty, but the spooter upstairs is not pretty.
Oh yeah, I
Wait
can
to
imagine.
look at this picture over here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Trina. I forgot there was the spider up here. I should have warned you.
Yeah, yes,
See, it looks scary. It's good. It's scary up there.
It is pretty scary, but I'm just keeping my back to the spooder picture, and then it's okay. Look, you can
But
see
you
the
know
one at
it's
the moon.
behind you. You know it's behind you, though, and
Yeah, but
it'll
I'll
be coming
stand
for
there.
you.
Yeah. If you stand in front of me, I'll protect you.
So a whale, a dolphin, and a vulture?
Aw, the butterflies are gone.
Kind of like a cycle life sort of thing.
Sad face.
There was a picture here on top. Is there a picture for you guys, or did you remove it?
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, I had to take that down for a little bit of maintenance.
Oh, I love that one because I saw so many pictures in one picture.
Mm-hmm. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
One of those mesmerizing ones.
Hatching Boggert.
The flies.
Oh.
Very, very nice. Mhm.
We really need an art gallery.
He blends in. Oh. Where'd he go? He was just here.
Um,
Who's talking so dark?
Bye.
it's Boggert.
Hi, Robertus. I don't see pretty butterflies anymore. I'm sad.
No, me neither.
You should try that.
Oh.
Just don't look at the scooter picture, and you'll be good.
Oh no, I can't see
I
how
had
big.
one for you, sir.
How do I see the butterflies when I don't have the drink? How do I see the butterflies?
Oh, if you're near to somebody, they influence you.
Oh. I missed the butterflies already.
Seems like you gave me a job
Trina?
to do.
As it's your birthday, just don't get addicted.
Okay. I think we gotta find Mum.
Goodness.
I passed
Very
on the
nice.
way. They were stood talking to Gilly.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'll be right back.
It was so pretty.
Hell.
The vials.
Yes. Everything's so bright now.
Oh, can't see anything at all. It got so dark for me. I don't want to leave the town. I'm afraid I get lost in the woods. Looking at the flames on top of the street lanterns, they look like red flames.
Yes. Stay right here. You're definitely not near the edge of the harbor. They're trying to break the bottle, I think.
Well, they may be able to. It would be nice for it to be gone.
Or maybe they just encountered one of their future selves sleeping and decided to dispose of it.
Maybe. But not that. We just warned them about that.
But I'm gonna get me a tiger when I leave here. I can finally ride tigers and ostriches and all that stuff.
If I knew that earlier, I would have known it for you.
Always no worries.
There she runs.
Mr. Brutus.
Yes, sir.
Can you point me towards the ship, please? Because all these red flashlights are not very helpful to me.
I understand. Follow me.
that was probably confirmed tomorrow or not.
Well,
If you could.
Okay.
A few more paintings up from the Nelson Bell staff tradition over in this other building if anyone wanted to see that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, with pleasure.
That before we head off.
This building's a bit of a mess with furniture, so
Lawrence of Arabia, upholstery, and fine furniture. Alright.
Know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Oh, let's take a tour.
Oh, this is so cute.
yeah, I don't quite have enough space to put them in my gallery at the moment, so they're just over here.
Well, that poor one there's in his underwear.
Yeah.
There's one having a birthday over there.
These are very cute. I like them.
Yep.
They are for a sale if anybody was interested.
Well, I actually know a couple of people, including a.
The first thing I'm happy with, so I guess I just have to wait till the knives get sharper.
yeah, the
That's a beautiful horse lot.
He's a not.
Get out.
I'm
They got.
Oh,
Caffeine.
Yes.
Oh.
Under your nose here.
Hardly. Okay, chat, I'm gonna end the stream there for a little bit, do a dinner break, and go from there and be back on a little later, I guess. Thanks for joining me today. Glad the museum tour went well, and we'll throw it over to Grumbles, who is streaming as Skinny Pete. Thanks, everyone.